Hey everybody, it's Steve from Middle Kingdom Fitness, and first of all, I want to apologize for making this video from my bed. I just got out of the shower, but I was just very excited about tonight's workout, and I wanted to share the reasons why with you while I was still feeling that excitement. Now, as I stated in an earlier video, it was chest and tricep day today, and I did state in that very same video that I was excited about it, but as the workout drew closer, I was starting to have a little trepidations. I got out of work about 90 minutes later than I normally do. I normally take like a quick nap before I exercise, but I got woken up twice by my granddaughter who seems to, she likes to borrow my wife's bicycle, and we have no problem with that. In fact, we've told her, just take it. You don't have to ask every time, but she asks, and usually when I'm trying to sleep. Anyway, so I ended up working late today. I went in an hour early, no less. It's like a hot box in there. And starting my workout so late, I had my doubts. I had my concerns. I wanted not to train, to be honest with you, but I have to lead by example. I always say, no excuses accepted ever. So again, I have to, if I can't follow it, why should I expect anyone else to follow it? So I did my chest workout, and the first two exercises were my standard exercises, bench press and incline press. On the bench press, on my last set, which is my heaviest, I was only able to squeeze out 2 reps. I normally get 6. I didn't get too stressed out about it because I figured there was reasons for it. One, I was on holiday the week before doing the wrestling event, so there was a little irregularity in my training schedule. 2, like I said, I worked a little bit later and longer. 3, I didn't get to take a nap. 4, just the overwhelming heat. Also 5, just psychologically starting almost 2 hours later than you normally do. So anyway, I didn't concern myself with it too much. The next exercise, the incline bench, I got all 4 sets out at the right weights, at the right reps. And I left out a very important part of the story. I try to do warm-up exercise before I began everything. And the warm-up exercise, I saw it on Instagram. It was a guy using a loop band, and he was lying down on a bench, and he had the bands in front of him, about a foot and a half in front of him. And he was stretching his arms to the sides and then downwards, almost like a reverse delt, but lying on the bench back to the bench. So I gave it a shot today. And ironically, I did it wrong the first time. I put the band behind me instead of in front of me. And in just about 1 or 2 reps, I realized I was doing the wrong thing, but I did take note of that movement back to the present. So my third exercise, I normally do a standing resistance band cable fly, or chest fly, whatever you wish to call it. But I thought back to the warm-up set and the mistake I made, and I said, that's a different way of doing flies. It's truer to the dumbbell version because you're lying on your back as opposed to standing up. I've tried that several times with resistance bands, tube-style bands, and the band length just never jived with the movement. But when I did it with the loop in the warm-up, I said, this might work. So I tried it. And I did 4 sets, increasing the resistance of each loop band, and I liked it. So then I decided to do another exercise with the loop bands. This time I did an incline fly. I've never been able to do incline flies properly on a bench because my bench is so narrow. But you know what? I was able to do it with the loop bands. So I got in an exercise that I've never really done before. Not recently anyway, with the loop bands. I said, well, you were able to do a flat fly and an incline fly, maybe a decline press. And again, with my bench, with how narrow the supports are, I've never felt comfortable doing it. But with the loop bands, I do feel comfortable because I can position my body where I'm hanging my feet more towards the front, and I'm still on a decline, but I'm clear of the supports. And that was the same basic premise with the incline, by the way. So there you go. I did 3 new exercises for my chest. But don't forget, it was chest and triceps day. So I decided just to stick with the loop bands and see what would happen. So I did the tricep push down with the loop bands. Now, when I do that with the tube style bands, the bands are just too long, and I usually have to sit in a chair or kneel or even sit on the floor to feel the continuous tension, to have no slack in them. But with the loop bands that fold over, they're basically a lot shorter, and I was able to do it. And it felt real good. It felt better than when I used the pull-down attachment on my weight bench. So, overhead extensions. Tried those with the loops. Also liked those. And then I finished off my resistance band kickbacks. Now, I've been doing those also with the tube-style bands. Granted, with no handles, but I figured try the loop bands, and that worked as well. I would say that for the kickback exercise, both bands worked equally, but it gives me something to think about for the next chest workout, the next tricep workout. I do feel I got a good workout in, so let's try it again and see if this is the way I want to go for the next couple of months. So again, as I said in the previous video, you're never too old to learn. This old dog has been taught some new tricks.